Thank you, Chair. Firstly, I'd like to say to this panel that it's not easy to refer a senior colleague to an inquiry of this sort, and giving evidence before this inquiry is not something I relish. Chauke is a colleague that I've known for a long time, with whom I've always had a professional and cordial relationship. I've discussed the subject of these allegations with him, not in any detail, but just explaining to him that as a national director, there's a duty that I have in certain circumstances. And I do believe that a full and transparent hearing like this will be in the interest of Advocate Chauke, as well as in the interest of the National Prosecuting Authority, to ensure that a fair and final decision in this matter is reached. Chair, very, very briefly, the Constitution and the National Prosecuting Authority Act, it requires all of us as prosecutors, including the National Director, to serve the people of South Africa only, impartially, in good faith, without fear, without favor, without prejudice. These are not just words, they mean a lot. And our prosecutorial independence is not a theoretical ideal, it is really a constitutional imperative. Very briefly again, because I will be testifying more about the Section 9 of the NPA Act requires that a national director, a deputy national director, a DPP be a fit and proper person with due regard, and this is the act, to the experience, conscientiousness, integrity, to be entrusted with the responsibilities of the office concerned. It requires persons to be objectively honest, upright, always seeking the truth. In other words, we must be persons of the utmost integrity who will act as the Constitution requires without fear, favor, or prejudice. That is the very fabric of what we are as prosecutors. Prosecutors in any country, Chair, are powerful officials in a criminal justice system. They carry immense discretionary power, whether in determining to prosecute, who to prosecute, for which crimes. And in the circumstances across the world, there's always a risk that outside actors will try to improperly influence us. We must never succumb to this as prosecutors. The NPA we cannot fulfill our constitutional mandate if our decisions are vulnerable to pressure, direction, influence from external actors, be it from politicians, from the rich, from the powerful, from the private sector, the media, or civil society. As prosecutors, we must vigorously withstand such influence at all times.